Alright, so this is my Automata project that I did for Project Lead the Way, the core training. As you can see, I have Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader duking it out in Inventor. So a couple things I've got going on here. First, I want to zoom in on these cams. So I decided to use snail cams because, again, the motion that I was going for was a lightsaber duel. So I wanted it to look like they were rearing back and then snapping forward with a little bit of speed. So the best option for me was a snail cam. Now these cams look pretty similar. They're actually a little bit different. Darth Vader's arm, I wanted it to pivot up just a little bit more than Luke's to get the effect that I was looking for. So I designed each cam for the specific displacement that I wanted. So the displacement's a little bit greater for Vader's arm than it is for Luke's, and again, I think it looks pretty cool the way his goes up just a little bit higher. He is a little bit taller, so it kind of makes sense that it went that way. I got the arms moving by simply just having the pin push up on either arm. The pin for Luke is over here, and then the pin for Vader is over here behind him, so it's the same general concept. I first had the pins going through the arm, but that didn't work very well. And this was a simpler fix, and it got the result that I was looking for. I just have a transitional constraint that's the rod is sliding along the arm and pushing it up and down. I have two pins right here, and this is what the arms pivot around. And again, I've got Vader's arm back here, and then Luke's arm up front, and this makes it look like the lightsabers are crossing paths when they're actually not. I ran into a couple problems with getting the arms to move. At first, I had that pin going through, and then the transitional constraint was pretty tough. So I had to make sure that edge was rounded. But other than that, I spent quite a bit of time on that. But that was really the only issue that I had. So this is what I created in Inventor. So let's see how my prototype turned out. So this is my prototype, and as you can see, it looks pretty similar to what I created in Inventor. Again, the concept is the exact same. A few things I changed. The crank is on the right side, and then you can see up here the pins are actually just glued to the outside of the followers rather than being drilled through like I had in Inventor. Again, this was easy in Inventor, but I didn't want to actually drill those follower rods because the pins I were using were just a little bit too big to get that done. So speaking of the pins, these are 1/16 inch in diameter dowels, and when I first made this, I made this 1/10 of an inch for both of these pins right here. So when I had my pieces laser cut, this was a 1/10 inch hole, but I only had 1/16 inch dowels, so I kind of had to shave those down just a little bit to get them to fit. So the arms and the bodies are laser cut. These the arms are in two pieces, and then this body is all one piece. And then my cams were 3D printed, and all the other parts are 3D printed as well, except for these dowels. And then the box was laser cut as well. If I were to do this again, I think I would try to 3D model Luke and Vader rather than just do a silhouette. The silhouette, I just picked an image off the internet and traced around it in Inventor and extruded it. But I feel a little bit more confident now with my Inventor skills where I think I could 3D model this. One, I think it would look a little bit better, and two, it'd be a little bit sturdier of a system. The lightsabers up here are super thin once they got etched. Again, on Inventor they look okay, but as soon as I actually saw it in person, I was like, oh, this is really fragile. Fortunately, I didn't break them. But I did accessorize them with pipe cleaners, so red and blue pipe cleaner. Again, my super nerds are gonna recognize this has to be an Empire Strikes Back scene since the lightsaber is blue. But that's not important. What is important though is I learned a ton from this project. Again, I was forced to develop my Inventor skills in order to get my idea to work, and that motivated me to really push the limit on what I could do. Again, I had no Inventor experience before this, and after I was able to create. Again, nothing too crazy, but for me, I was pretty proud of this. So I'm really happy with how this turned out, and definitely feel like my inventor skills are much better than before this project. I'm really excited to keep playing around with it, and I already have a bunch of ideas to make this better. But overall, I had a lot of fun, and I think it turned out pretty well. So I'm excited to have this sitting on my desk to show my students in the fall. So thanks.